Hi guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to my channel if you are new. Hi, my name is Femke and in today's video I wanted to share with you how I made this cute little design using water decals and also explain how to actually use water decals, how to apply them, how to just make sure that they look nice, and also how to remove any excess water decals. So yeah, it's actually really fun to do, and since I had really short nails, or at least really short nails for me personally, I felt like let's just make a short to medium length water decal design, how to and so on. And of course I had already applied my base coat. I will show you all of the products that I'm going to use step by step, but of course if you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I would really love for you guys to do so and just help me and my channel out a bit. But here I'm already showing you what kind of water decals I was using, or was going to use I have to say, and what sizes I had to put on which nail, which is something that is quite important because especially if you are using smaller water decals like the sheet I'm using here, it is really important to make sure you always have a little bit of excess length or width or anything like that, so you can have a full nail of water decal, if you know what I mean. But of course you just want to cut out all of the separate decals, especially if you're working with tiny sheets like these. You actually have 10 little like images or decals and you have to cut them up to fully use them on the nail. Of course if you do have longer nails, one little tip is to just apply 2 of those decals. Just cut it out as one double one, if you know what I mean, and you can use it on a longer length of nail as well. But as mentioned, I had already applied my base coat, and it is the smoothing base coat by Holo Taco. One of my favorites, by the way. I really love that one. I have already purchased 2 backup bottles and yeah, I pretty much love it. One product I don't like as much by Holo Taco is this white polish. It's just, I'm not a big fan of it. I actually hadn't used it for quite some time and you could actually see that on the brush, like it was kind of shifting. I had to shake it up before using, but here you can see once again why I don't like this white polish, because you do have to apply such a thick layer and it just goes all over the place and it's just not really my favorite white, I have to say. If you want to know more about my issues and troubles with that polish, do check out my nail polish of the week video in which I live swatched this polish on way longer nails I had back then. But yeah, I just don't really like this one, but I am fixed on actually using it up, so that is why I'm just going to apply one coat to my nails. And of course make sure that your base coat is fully dry already before you go in with your white coat. If you don't have this polish, you don't have to use this one exactly. You can just choose any white polish of your liking, but I would really recommend to use a white polish as a base for your water decals, because that actually makes sure that the colors of the decals pop and they're just bright and beautiful. You know the deal. But of course, if you have any spilling or anything like that in the cuticle area or on the skin next to the nail, just make sure to remove that. Of course, you can just remove that while removing the excess of the water decal as well, but I prefer to remove that on forehand because that's just the way I work, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But also make sure to cap off the edges, which gives a really flush effect to the manicure, and it actually makes sure that your manicure stays put beautiful for a longer period of time without any chipping or anything like that. But then it is time for the decals, and most water decals actually have a clear film on top. Make sure to remove that first before you dunk it into the water. I just took one of my little triangular little plates or anything like that. I don't even know how you want to call this, but I usually use these little plates to put gems in that I want to use in a design so they don't go flying around on my work desk all over the place. So yeah, just put a little bit of regular tap water in there. It really doesn't matter if it's warm or cold or anything like that. I just tapped it straight from my faucet, just a tiny bit, and just make sure that your decal is fully saturated with that water, and just leave it in for 20 seconds or something like that. It really doesn't have to be more than 30 in my opinion, or at least for the decals that I tend to use. Then I just take my little tweezers and just slide off the decal from the paper backing. If it won't come off easily, just dunk it back into the water for a couple of more seconds. It has to come off of the paper backing really easily, just to make sure that it's ready to be used. Then I'm just going to place it very gently on the nail and also tap it down very gently with my finger. You can definitely decide for yourself if you just want to use your fingers. Maybe you want to use like a silicone tool or something like that. That is totally up to you and what your personal preference is. I just like to press it down gently with my finger first. Just don't be rough with it at all, because you might tear up the decal, but you can just slightly press it down. Of course, you can use a little tool. I'm just going to use my regular cleanup brush to make sure that all of the water that might still be underneath the decal will be swooped out, if you know what I mean. You don't want any water or anything like that underneath the decal, because if there is any water left, the decal won't like stay put to the nail, actually tear up, and it will leave you with a damaged manicure. But yeah, after it has been placed on the nail, the edges were flattened. You just want to take a little cleanup brush or even like a Q-tip or something like that with a little bit of nail polish remover or alcohol, rubbing alcohol of course, or a little bit of acetone. You can just get rid of any excess of that decal and you have a nice flush manicure in the end. Make sure to remove any excess from underneath the nail as well, especially if you have longer free edge or longer natural nails. It just gives a more like flush end result. And yeah, you can just leave it like that for a little bit and continue for all of the other nails. It is very repetitive. I'm just going to show you 2 extra nails of how I did this, especially because my pointer finger nail, as I mentioned in previous video, had a little tear in it. I actually recorded this video like 2 months ago, if it's not even 10 weeks or something like that. It's been a while. I have pre-recorded a ton of videos because, you know, my work got kind of busy. At the moment, I just started my holidays, by the way. I have like 3 weeks off of work, which is awesome. My first time off of work this year. So yeah, I'm pretty much up for a little bit of like off time, just relax, stuff like that. But yeah, that is why I had already pre-recorded a ton of videos. And of course, if you follow me on Instagram, you can always find my Instagram handle in the description box down below if you're curious about that. I post every single day, whether it are regular posts or stories or stuff like that. So if you want to follow me there, you're free to do so. But you will actually see me having really long nails again at the moment, because my nails were growing really fast. And yeah, they aren't this short as they were in this video anymore, which I'm really happy about, because I don't really feel like myself when my nails are this short. But as I mentioned earlier in the video, just because I had shorter nails, I just shortened them all after the little tear in my pointer fingernail. I just felt like, let's just do some shorter nail designs while at it, you know. Let's just make the best out of this short nail period and just let them grow long and strong and healthy again, and make some cute designs on the way while at it. But yeah, here you can see me work on my pointer finger. Just make sure that there is no water underneath the decal anymore once you press it down, and of course make sure everything is fully like settled in, dried. And yeah, of course you want to make sure that your white polish is of course already dry before you go in with your decals. I forgot to mention that. I just felt like that is pretty obvious, but you never know. I sometimes get questions which seem really obvious to me but not to everyone else, so I just wanted to put it out there once more. Make sure that every single layer of your polish, like nail polish, base coat, colored coat, and so on, is completely dry before you continue placing these water decals. So yeah. Let's continue with the placement. As you can see here, the tweezers that I'm using are actually really handy. I think I got those at AliExpress, but you can just use any pair of tweezers or just simply use your hands and fingers to place it down. I just really love to slightly like pick them up with tweezers because it's just easier for me personally. But of course, work with the tools and methods that you have handy. You don't have to go out and buy a ton ton of different like tools and stuff like that to actually have a cute manicure and do some cute nail art. Like a little bit goes a long way, and sometimes even like the most simple household items work wonders when it comes to nail art. And once again, this is something that I keep on repeating, but I do feel like it's important to share, is that there are no rules to nail art. I get a lot of comments of people saying like, oh, I don't know how to do that, I don't know what other people might think, and so on and so on. But just be yourself, whether you're a guy, a girl, whether you're 18 years old or 80, it doesn't matter. It is just nail polish, and if you like to wear it, just wear it. That's how easy and simple it is. But yeah, I have already finished the 2 other fingers, like the ring fingernail and the pinky nail, off camera just to save a little bit time in this video, and I'm going in with a glossy top coat. This one is by Holo Taco as well. I'm just really into the Holo Taco like base and top coats at the moment because I have them laying around anyways, and since the base coat is one of my favorites at the moment, I really feel like I have to give the top coat some little extra time and attention on my nails as well, and just use it a little bit more. Usually I really like the top coats by Essence and Catrice Cosmetics, but just to switch it up a little bit, I'm using one by Holo Taco today. You can just add a decent layer. It doesn't have to be super thick, it doesn't have to be super thin. Just apply a normal, like regular amount of top coat, but do make sure to seal in the entire decal just to make sure that it will last a longer period of time. And of course, cap off the edges as well to make sure you don't have any chipping or tip wear or anything like that. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Just make sure that your top coat is completely dry before you go on with your day. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely let me know what you think about these decals. And as usual, I love you so much. And I hope to see you in one of my next videos.